Hello everyone and welcome to the Ethereal Tarot channel. My name is Alexa and I'm so thankful to have you here with me today as we look into what you need to know. Now there are 4 groups here, left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the timestamps are in the description box for whenever you're ready. If you are a returning person here, thank you. I appreciate you. And I want to say you may notice that this is a new setup. I am on the move. Okay, I decided to come home and enjoy my familia. Okay, so I am at home, my hometown, period. Okay, so let's just take a deeper look at each card so you can really get a good sense of your choices. If you enjoy the reading today, please remember to leave it a like, subscribe if you have not already, and let me know in the comments how it resonates for you. I really appreciate it. So let's start with group 1. Taking a look, here we have for you the Page of Pentacles, group 1. Group 2 for you, we have the 4 of Wands. Group 3 for you, we have the 5 of Swords. And last but never least, we have the 7 of Wands. As always, take your time with choosing. Pause the video if you need more time to really be sure in your choice. You can be drawn to more than one group in this reading. I would not be surprised at all. I love you. Thank you for being here as always, and I shall see you very soon. Hello, group 1, and welcome to your reading. We're going to start off by looking into what this reading will mainly be touching on, and we're going to get more specific from there. So let's begin, okay? For group 1, what do they need to know at this time? What are we going to be focusing on in this reading, please? They need to know this. Interesting. Okay. With New Moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. Your commitment's being tested. Okay, I initially see this cardinal energy coming out, group 1. And I do feel you're at a crossroads with something, at a halfway point, and needing to really decide on what you feel is best for you regarding some type of decision that needs to be made. I do feel like it will come at the expense of something else. It's like a win-lose situation almost, but it's inviting you to choose the option that will invite new changes into your life. It's asking for you to choose the choice that feels more bold, that feels more courageous, that requires a lot more confidence in yourself and in your faith of how things could potentially go. I do feel that it's a time of really taking stock of your current situation and asking what you want from it, what you are wanting from a certain career or a job. It's the same thing. Or potentially how there may be some conflicts within your approach to your work and how that may be interfering with your ability to care for yourself or to care for those who are important to you, or how it may be disconnecting you from people that truly matter to you. Maybe there's some disconnection between your values and what truly is more important. I'm getting a bit pulled between work and relationships. So I do feel like that's a dynamic that's going on in your life right now, and especially how you are feeling cared for with this new moon in Virgo. Is there a tendency to leave yourself out of the picture because you're focusing on balancing your work in your relationships? Is there not enough time for you to really sit and see how you are feeling, if you are making the most healthy choice for your progression, and what does that look like? Because it does feel and it does look like there needs to be some type of conversation had, some type of illumination of a truth that may be hidden, either from another person. Maybe you're suppressing something that you want to express, whether that be to a colleague, or to a partner or a friend. It seems as if you're very much in your own world right now, or contemplating a lot of mental energy, and I do feel it's a time of really mustering up some type of courage to do an action or take a step in a new direction, because that's where I see the growth will be had. But I do want to touch on this first quarter moon with your commitment is being tested, and I feel your commitment to your responsibilities is being tested. What really is worth your time and effort? What relationships are worth your time and effort? What actions that you partake in, are they draining you or are they filling you up? Is it providing you with some type of long-term progression of bearing fruit in the future? I just really feel a need to really analyze what you're investing into and seeing if it will provide some type of long-term fulfillment, or is it taking away from you more than it is providing. I do want to get into the tarot now. I didn't expect for this reading to be long at all, so let's get a bit more about this group one. Can we get more detailed, please, for group one? Interesting. With the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, there is a big message here of self-care. Really emphasizing that message of being able to balance work life and relationships, because it seems as if that is what the goal is. Like, you're building that skill of being able to feel stable between those two sides of your life, between private and public life. But I do feel there needs to be some level of I hear constraint, but I feel more so like consolidation of your finances, of your relationships, really getting clear on what is bearing fruit for you, what is providing something that is nurturing or nourishing. I feel, where is your nourishment coming from? Because I do feel like you need nourishment, and whatever isn't providing that, especially with this new moon in Virgo, it's very big on your health, group one. And it feels like your health is not only talking about your physical health, but also the health of your relationships. I keep vacillating between those two aspects of your life. Well, physical health, relationship health, and health within your endeavors, because it does feel like there's some type of overwhelm, some overthinking. There could be some ego involved here, but it seems as if there is rumination on some type of with this Ten of Swords, it feels betrayal, or feeling as if you don't want to leave behind a certain situation out of a fear that you may hurt someone else, or that it may cause too much pain in the process. But with Strength here, I really get this need to say to keep the ego in check. I want to say not care too much or not get overwhelmed with concern about your reputation or about how you may be perceived by taking a certain action or how someone may feel about the situation. I do feel there's a lot of focus on you and focus on what will fulfill you, what will provide you with a long-term sense of satisfaction and contentment, because there is a lot of things that are fleeting. But although everything does have expiration dates, some things are longer than others. Some things last longer than we do. So it's important that you get clear on what does have that shelf life. I'm really alluding to food, so changing the diet may be very important. Lifestyle changes within what you're taking into your body, because it feels as if there's some exhaustion here, some overwhelm. Maybe the body isn't being fed the foods that would really nourish it. And I do feel with the Strength card here, this is really pushing you to engage in some type of bodily activities, whether that be just simply going on a walk, or maybe this is upping your physical activity if you already are very active. Maybe this is getting into strength training or weightlifting, really taking care of the body. That's a big message here, because it feels like you're overworked, overstressed, a lot of overthinking, a lot of focus outside of you. And I want to say this is leading your work that you've been putting in, the effort that has been invested into whatever you have been focused on is going to reap rewards for you, whether that be wisdom on how to navigate certain relationships since you've been dealing with issues that have come up, or having new experience to add on your resume, or even having a better sense of who you are. I do feel like that work of staying focused and driven in that direction that you're going in is going to help you in the long term. But right now, in the present, there is a big push to rest here. There's a big push to rethink, reanalyze, renew, restore, okay? Communicate and get clear on what needs to be expressed, and allowing yourself to ground into your body, to get out of your head, to connect with those who bring a sense of warmth and connection to you, but especially be mindful of the connection that you have with yourself and how that may be influencing your relationship with your career, with your friends, with your, I want to say with your work, but it seems like that may be a big focus for you at this time, Group 1, or with relationships outside of friends, family relationships, romantic relationships, business colleagues, you know, the whole spectrum of things. It just feels like there is a need to approach these things in a new way. A new level of maturity is required here. And I do feel like you're going through some type of growing pains and really needing to step up into who you are and speaking that truth that you feel within you, and having the strength and the courage to show that side of you without being weighed down by the mind. And that's what I mean by the ego, like fear of expressing yourself, or fear of feeling embarrassed. There needs to be something spoken up about. Maybe this is in regard to a sibling with the Gemini here, or in regard to some type of work situation. But that's what I feel. I want to get a final card of advice here, just to touch on anything that I may have missed for Group 1, please. Final advice card for Group 1. Interesting. With the Four of Wands, so yeah, for some of you in the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, yeah, there could be some need for some type of relationship healing, really weighing the pros and cons of certain relationships that may be in your life. I also feel with the Four of Wands, maybe visiting your hometown would be good, or visiting a place that feels like home could be good for you. And letting bygones be bygones, really trying to have discussions that don't lead to more conflict, but open you up to being able to move on from painful feelings that could be reoccurring, or you ruminating on certain feelings that are repressed, or you keep vacillating between wanting to say something and not saying something. I do feel like it's a time of really prioritizing what matters to you, connecting with those, with community, especially your family group. One, that feels very important here, connecting with your family, and also connecting with your sense of fulfillment and really getting clear on if you value your own happiness at times, because I do feel for you there's something beneath the surface that kind of causes a level of self-sabotage when it comes to really taking care of yourself, or you just feel as if that's, maybe you haven't been afforded the luxury of really nurturing yourself, and now's the time of really tapping into that skill of self-care. But let's see what the advice cards are. We have the Queen of Pentacles again. Hello. There's a lot of earth sign energy, primarily Capricorn, coming through. You do not have to be that sign, but with Capricorn, it really feels that there is a very strong need for comfort and stability and reliability, and predictability, I do feel. And it's important that you develop a system for yourself that doesn't stagnate you from progress, but that provides you with some level of consistency that is growth oriented. And what I mean by that is some level of routine in regard to taking care of yourself. Like, let's say every Saturday and Sunday you take a nice bath with a hot cup of tea, and you just dedicate that time to whatever hobbies or whatever interests that you have, so that you have that select time to yourself. Because I do see solitary figures, and it's almost as if you don't have enough time to yourself. And Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn, and Saturn does signify solitude, I want to say, also isolation in the negative shadow part, but I feel there is a need for productive solitude, one of uplifting the self, one of inspiring the self, one of nurturing and nourishing the self, and that seems very important here. And the moon as well. So I do feel there is some uncertainty that you're working through, but sit with it. I want to say, group one, sit with the uncertainty, because it's going to prove to be very important for what's to come. I want to say I've just recently learned this lesson myself, okay? But chaos before order. And the moon always makes me think of chaos, especially in the emotional realm. And if you feel disruptive emotions beneath the surface that you're trying to suppress, not for long will that work. And it's really asking you to take that time to yourself to really feel comfortable with expressing your own emotions to yourself, so that it becomes easier for you to do so with others, and to get clear on what you need to say, what's been pent up inside that you have not expressed, that needs to be released, whether that be to a person where you have a conversation to bridge a gap between you two, or to be clear on the path ahead between the two, or thinking about the future of your career, or where you just want your life to go in general, doing an overall reflection of how far you've come and where you want to go, and how your past has influenced you, and what desires have you suppressed, or what new dreams or wishes are becoming more evident to you, and how can you integrate that into a plan that leads you forward to more growth and more comfort, without you clinging on to old feelings of maybe resentment or worry, or replaying old thoughts, or feeling unsupported, or feeling a lack of motivation, excessive escapist tendencies, trying to run away from feelings or trying to run away from a situation instead of taking proactive actions to change it. So that's where I want to leave it, because I feel like I've been on a roll, group one, and I want to have 4 groups. We'll see what happens. But for you, this is what I feel. Let me know how it resonated in the comments, please. I'm very intrigued to know, group one. You have a lot going on based on these cards, I do feel. But like I said, chaos before order. Honor this time. Know that you are safe. Know that you are provided for. Know that your needs are always met. And do not feel as if you do not have the support that's necessary, because for one, you are your biggest support, and so is the divine, but also you have connections around you that are wanting to embrace you, group one. So be embraced, be loved, reach out, and understand that there is always support there for you. And I send you so much love. I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, blessings, abundance, and goodness in this life, as that is what you deserve. Honor yourself, know your worth, and do what must be done, group one. And I leave you with that. I appreciate you and love you. Bye. Hello, group two, and welcome to your reading on what you need to know right now. Okay, so I'm hoping for this to be relatively quick. So let's jump in. We're gonna see with these cards what we will primarily be focusing on in this reading. So let's begin. For group two, please. What do they need to know this time? Full moon in Taurus on the bottom. Oh, I love that. Be open to the changes as they are guiding you forward. Don't be overwhelmed by the emotion of the ocean. I love that. Okay, group two, I do feel there's a lot happening for you this time. It feels like productive growth that is inspiring you to get out of a comfort zone, okay? Because it's leading you very, I want to say leading you very forward, but leading you very far, very forward, like I said in the beginning, okay? Pushing you past your limit of what you thought your life could be, opening doors for you that you didn't know could open, I do feel, and you're unaware of these changes that are happening because you have to be an active participant in these changes, group two. I do see the opportunity presenting itself to you with this full moon in Taurus here. Is making me think of Jupiter in Taurus. This reading is timeless, but when I'm filming, that is where Jupiter is, and that is all about expansion. And in the sign of Taurus, I do feel like this is grounded expansion. It may not be immediate, but it is going to show real results over time. And over the next year, I do feel you'll see a transformation of your material wealth. I want to say you're going to be able to hit new milestones in your ability to attract wealth. And I feel I'm like getting promotion or just a new level of expansion within your sense of worth. Up leveling in your idea of what you're worth. Being able to really speak your truth in a way that honors a true reflection of how you see yourself. I feel like I overcomplicated that statement. What I really want to say is that the more worthy you feel, the more your words and actions will align with that. And I feel like there is a huge emotional release happening for you. All this water, all this blue, and the green too. I feel like I'm rhyming. I'm very poetic. It feels very intuitive this time for you. A big time of trusting your gut, because I don't think that things are very clear at this time. And it may be a push for you to set down an idea of a plan that you want to embark on, and being open to the changes that may happen to that plan, but at least having a focal point that you can stay steady and focused on. It does feel like you're doing a really good job. I want to say that the divine, the universe, whatever you would like to use, is really applauding you at this time for your consistent effort to overcome a challenge or any challenges that have been posed. And it does feel like right now is a time of opening you up to receive and learning how to receive by releasing what no longer feels aligned with you, or what no longer feels resonant with you, especially if this deals with any insecurities or any familial issues that may be going on, or any codependent behaviors that may be showing up, or emotional dependencies on certain people or on certain things. I do feel there's this attachment to the past, or an attachment to a specific situation or person from the past, and there's a really big push to release and move on and invite changes that could potentially serve as a greater good for you. With all of this release, is going to definitely require you to have a bit more time to take it's going to require more time for rejuvenation and recharging. So set aside time for self-care, especially with Taurus being here. That Venusian sign is all about beauty and luxury and feeling good and warm and yummy. Okay, group 2. So implement things that do make you feel those things and that help you to feel good in your skin. And getting into the body, that seems to be such a big message here today. So let's see what the tarot has to say. And I'm very intrigued to know what's going on. What else do they need to know at this time, please? Group 2. Interesting. I just want to say, don't be withheld. I don't know what that really means. I just heard it, so I'm just gonna say what comes to mind, because that's what I really feel like I need to do, is say what comes to mind. And I feel like it has to be, I said something along the lines of codependency or attachments. Whatever you have a strong hold on, really loosen that grip, group 2, whether that be a relationship, a habit, a behavior, a line of thinking, a heartbreak. It feels like there is some grip on something in the past that did not work out, something that you invested a lot into, something you were hopeful about, maybe overly optimistic or too idealistic about. It just feels like something didn't work out in the past or didn't pan out the way that you wanted it to, and it feels like you're being rerouted. It feels like you're coming to an end of some type of, I hear end of bad luck, or an end of feeling as if the cards are stacked against you, or if things are stacked against you, or if you're always going to be in a situation where you are needing to be on the defense, or I'm just hearing like hard knock life, like just constant challenges coming. And I want to say that's changing as these have been overcome, lessons have been learned and integrated. You have done a lot to get to this point. Round of applause, I hear. Okay, round of applause, group 2. Congratulations, you have graduated. I want to say, group 2, very big emphasis on congratulations, and really honoring yourself in this time and seeing the true beauty that you have, the charisma that can be tapped into, the confidence, the courage, the brightness, the ferocity, Okay, the fierceness, really tap into that, ignite your passions, ignite your creativity, and utilize that in a way that helps you feel inspired and provides you with a vision for where you're headed next, because the past is over. Group 2, I want to say the past is over. What has been challenging you is over. If you allow it to be, if you tune into your gut instincts, and if you sense out which way you feel guided towards. I do feel there's a big push on moving forward and having a forward vision. Really not zapping your energy by looking back to the past, but getting clear on what you want and really taking steps to actualize that. And if that means that you need to continually stay consistent with something that you're already invested in that is showing some level of success, keep it up. Okay, group 2, whether this be in terms of changes to your body or your health, but I don't really feel that 100%. For some of you that could be it, but I feel more so this is about your passions and what inspires you, whether this be a creative project, a hobby, some type of career endeavor. I did say promotion earlier, so if you're very focused on your forward movement in that arena, it would make sense. Whatever is going to boost your feelings of worthiness or boost your feeling of wealth, I just feel wealth, group 2 for you, then stay focused with that. Really choose your direction, I feel, group 2, and stick to it. And know that things can change, but be clear on what you value. Be clear on what matters most to you, so that even through the changes, you stay clear and you stay focused on the goal because it's true for you. Don't choose something that's not completely true for you out of a fear of lack or a fear of not having. Choose what feels true to you based on your heart, okay? Based on your intuition. Not to say throw logic to the wind, but right now, I don't think things are clear. And when things aren't clear, that's when we really need to listen to our intuition. So, let's get a final card of advice here for group 2, please. Advice for group 2, please. Interesting. As I was saying interesting, I wanted to say introspection. Yeah, I was saying listen to your emotions at this time. Since things are a bit chaotic, or since there's so much going on around you, things are changing at a rapid pace, this is a time to really look within and search for that inner truth and search for what reigns true for you, because outside influences will not be your savior. Okay, group 2, the only savior I see is you at this time. You can look for inspiration and motivation and wisdom from people who have that to offer, as that will be grounding for you. But at the end of the day, you have to make these decisions, and it's important that you choose what's right for you. Don't be distracted by the little pest, I want to say, or the little triggers that may pop up, or the petty conflicts or the petty things, okay? Because I feel within this time, you're going to have things that test you in your patience. Saturn, okay? Things will be testing your patience. But ground in what you know. Stay calm. I want to say practice calmness and mindfulness. Stay compassionate and understanding. Okay, group 2, I want to say this is a big time of focusing on the self and not taking things outside of you too personal, or not allowing things outside of you to overly affect your emotional stability, because you're on a nice trajectory right now. You're moving forward, and we need to keep that momentum going. Group 2, keep it going. Again, congratulations, Group 2, but really take some time to yourself, meditate, and ensure that you have time that's set aside without distractions to really journal and connect with yourself. So I don't want to do too much with that. Oh, I just want to say these final cards here with the Sun and the Page of Pentacles, I do feel like there is a goodness here. Okay, there could be some type of promotion or some type of new job opportunity that's happening, that's opening new doors for you. But I want to say that there could be some conflicts that pop up in your work environment with the Three of Pentacles reverse. But it's important that you not allow your emotions to be completely dictated by those around you, and connect with people who can help you with that understanding. So, Group 2, that's what I have for you. I really appreciate you for being here. Please let me know how it resonates in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, please remember to leave it a like. It helps me so much, and I really appreciate it. And I send you so much love. Many blessings to you. Health, wealth, prosperity, goodness, and beauty. Group 2, make time for beauty in your day. Find the beauty in everything and in every way. Okay. Okay. Group 2, thank you again, and it's been nice. Chat with you later. Bye. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. So we're going to just go on and jump right in to look into what you need to know right now. I want to pull one or a couple oracle cards from this Moonology deck to see what we'll be focusing on in this reading. So let's get to it. Group 3, please. What do they need to know? Interesting. We have the new moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. Immediately, it makes me feel like, I want to say detach from your idea of how something should be or what something should look like. Give room for potential and opportunity to present itself without it being clouded by past judgments or past hurts or past burdens. Yeah, with this new moon in Aquarius, it feels like there needs to be a radical shift in perspective, or a radical shift in behavior, or an approach to something, detaching from feelings that may be causing more issues. I want to get a bit more. What is this about? Yeah. Something with communication here. With communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So I do feel this is more so going to be dealing with some type of connection that you have, Group 3, or it's highlighting a connection or a communication pattern that you have. I do feel it's asking for you to get more clear about how you approach discussions with people, how you approach communicating your needs or your feelings to others. What does that relationship look like? How do I want to say that? What does your relationship look like with words? how do you communicate? Is it based in emotion, or is it more rational? And how can you find a balance between the two by honoring your emotions without being too emotionally driven in your communication? But also, for those who may be more logical, how can you implement more of your emotion into how you communicate with other people? And finding that middle ground within your discussions, or at least honoring both sides. There does seem to be a level of difficulty. Well, that's interesting. We have the full moon in Capricorn and the new moon in Capricorn. So I do get very big detachment vibes coming through. I don't know if this is asking for you to have a more detached approach from your work or with your work, or have a more detached approach to your emotionally charged communications that you may have. It just feels like you're dealing with some type of situation that is steadily getting more intense, or it's intensifying in some way. Things are picking up, and it's really asking for you to get new forms of communication or new approaches. I just feel it's between communicating and approaching things differently. So I want to get the tarot so we can get more specific. I do feel a bit clouded, group 3, so I wonder if you are feeling a bit clouded or scattered in some way. I am feeling like for some of you, you may have a headache, or something's giving you a headache, or not being able to communicate clearly, or see things through, or see the light at the end of the tunnel with either an endeavor or work project or a relationship is really causing stress on you. And that's why I want to say maybe it may be a good time to take a step back and regroup, reanalyze, and see how you can approach it from a different angle. So let's see what comes through for group 3, what they need to know at this time. Yeah, I felt that mental energy here, group 3, and I do feel for you, yeah, it feels cloudy. That's why the sun is reversed. I think there's a lack of clarity, a lack of understanding, some miscommunication on wanting to maybe detach from a situation, or to be removed from emotional exchanges, or maybe you're just wanting to really be alone at this time to sort through any confusion that may be going on right now. It does feel, I keep wanting to say cloudy, so it does feel as if there is a lack of motivation to push things forward, or just a lack of true movement in the realm of communication. I feel that in order to get things back on track, or to find more clarity and illumination within this situation, it will require you to, like I said before, take a step back and really contemplate on how you may be influenced by past disappointments, or influenced by outside influences, whether that be other people or too much. I just feel like it's too much. It's a lot going on, and maybe you just feel like there's a lot to be taken care of at this time. And I do feel it's a big emphasis on making sure that you have time to yourself to really get clear on what you need to let go of in order to move forward with more wisdom and understanding about how to engage with certain people, or engage in your work, or engage in life itself, and how you may not have been feeling as much joy or how dissatisfaction may be taking over in your life and just not feeling as if you're completely fulfilled with your current situation, and how that can be changed and transformed. And I feel like the answers will come with introspection and really seeing what the root cause of confusion is, or what the root cause of this level of discontentment is. Maybe there's a grudge that needs to be let go of. Let me get more. Right when I say maybe there's a grudge to be let go of, we have the Ten of Swords. I feel like I've seen this quite a lot in this reading with the other groups. So with the Ten of Swords, there could be a lot of miscommunication that has been going on, a lot of words that can't be taken back, a lot of actions that can't be taken back, or it just feels like you've hit a point where you feel like you can't really get worse than this in regard to maybe a relationship with someone, or how you are communicating with someone. I keep bringing up someone else, group 2, group 3. So I'm not sure if there's too much focus on someone else, and I am kind of getting annoyed. And it's not my feelings. It's not like I'm getting annoyed with you or the reading. I just feel like there is a level of annoyance, or something's pestering you, or it feels like there are things nagging at you, whether it be your own thoughts or other people and their drama or their issues. I just don't feel free-flowing energy. I think there needs to be some level of escape. Not saying that you should indulge in escapist tendencies, like unhealthy habits, but I'm thinking of finding ways to get out of whatever routine that you've been in that is keeping this level of overwhelm or burden within or around you. There's a lack of trust, I do feel. I don't know if this has to deal with someone else, or maybe you feel as if someone has caused you to lose trust in them, whether that involves some type of backstabbing, or you've heard negative things being spoken about behind your back. I'm not sure. It just feels very messy, very unclear. And with the Hermit here, it just feels like the main message with this card, New Moon in Aquarius, it feels like you need to push ahead and move forward and leave whatever this is behind, and try your best to come to some form of closure. Although with the universe reversed, I don't feel as if you'll get the closure that you are truly seeking. I do feel this may come from within you. You have to provide yourself with that true closure so that you can push ahead. Especially, I keep wanting to come back to this Aquarius card, but instead of focusing so much on the community or so much on what's outside of you, you need to pull that focus back to yourself and understand what you may be leaving unchecked or unmarked, I want to say, and how the people that you have been surrounded by, or the people that you've been engaging with, have influenced your communication styles or your communication patterns, and how you can clear that up and take more practical steps in developing new ways of approaching situations. Group 3. So I'll get one more card. That's more than one. Okay, I love that. So group 3, outside of whatever messy situation this is, whether it's in regard to some type of work or relationship, I do feel now's a good time of getting out there and getting with your friends, especially with Aquarius and Gemini. I do feel this is a very social time outside of those relationships that feel unclear and muddy. I do feel like a lot of clarity will come from you engaging with like-minded individuals, or those who can provide you with a sense of warmth and celebration and compassion and understanding. and just a fun time. I do feel like there is a lack of true joy in your group 3. I feel maybe there's a tendency to withdraw from people because of all of the things going on within some type of situation. It makes you feel drained and as if you don't have the energy to go out or celebrate. But I feel like that's the main thing that could really help you, is reaching out to friends, letting your hair down and not getting too caught up with anything that really isn't going to prove worth your time or effort, especially if it's dealing with a person or a situation or an environment that, is stubborn, or that is not willing to see your side. I do feel honor yourself and honor what is right and true. Honor the truth, speak your truth, and ensure that any communication that you are having is rooted in truth and with the intention of collaboration and harmony, and building a strong foundation of trust and care and compassion. So maybe taking a step back and hanging out with your friends or people that you like, and then revisiting a situation may help. But I just want to say, don't waste your time trying to fix something that is broken, completely shattered. Okay, so let's get a final card for you, group. I shouldn't have looked. I'm so sorry. It just makes me want to say more. Interesting. I just heard they'll figure it out. So you'll figure it out, group 3. You don't need more from me. Let's get a final advice card though. Final advice for group 3, please. Interesting. Ooh. Okay, immediately what came to my mind with the 8 of Cups and the Magician. True power is found in being able to walk away. Interesting. So for you, it seems like your power is found in walking away from whatever this is. I just kept hearing detachment in the beginning. So truly not allowing your emotions to dictate you or convince you to stay in a situation that isn't working out for you, because I feel a level of potential that will be unlocked by you taking a step towards the future, or in the direction of new in freedom. Okay, new in freedom. I don't even know if that makes sense, but that's what I feel. Things may not be making sense right now, and I do feel it's time to detach from whatever is not making sense and get clear, group 3. Get clear on your happiness and your priorities and what matters to you, and surrender all that does not align with that. Okay, we have the 4 of Wands twice. So it's very important that you choose what helps you to feel a sense of warmth and gives you a sense of home, a sense of foundation, and a feeling as if you are heard and seen for who you are without feeling tested or tried in any way all the time. Of course, we will have difficulties in communicating with people, as that's just part of life, but ensure that those are productive instead of stressful all the time. Okay, there's a difference. So that's what I leave you with. There's power in being able to walk away. So that's what I have for you. Okay, I do feel like these 2 characters are connected. So I think by leaving a situation, you'll be able to truly see how you've been limited in some capacity, or how you have not been able to truly see the whole of it because you've been so involved. And I want to say I am picking up on some air sign energy, so that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, as well as Mercury. So very strong mental energy here in this reading. Very strong mental, lots of thinking, lots of thoughts. Also feeling Virgo here with the Mercury. And I'll say the other signs because why not? We have Leo and Cancer as well. And yeah. So group 3, that's what I have for you. Please let me know how it resonated in the comments. I'm very intrigued to know if this provided any assistance to you, because I'm just a reader. I really have no idea what's going on, and I love to know. So leave it a like if it resonated for you, and remember to let me know in the comments. I love you so much. I send you so much love, compassion, joy, blessings, bliss, love, luck, beauty. Okay, all the good things in life I send to you. Thank you for your presence, and I'll catch you in another one. Bye, group 3. Hello, group 4, and welcome to your reading. So let's jump in by looking into the Moonology Oracle cards, just to get clear on what we're going to be touching on, because I'm going into this reading blind. Okay, group 4, I'm not really sure what we'll be talking about. So each group has been pretty interesting. It's not been expected. So let us begin. Group 4, feeling very excited about you. I wonder what this will be about. So please, group 4, what do they need to know this time? Interesting. Okay. And on the bottom of the deck, we have New Moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. That's just confirmation for you to rest assured everything will be okay. Group 4. Your family life is going to be improving in some way. Your private life, if not your family life. Feeling more safe and secure. Okay, group 4. So that you feel like you have what you need to take the action necessary to move you forward. Because there seems to be some level of fear or doubt about something going on in your life. And I want to say, you see how I push that away? Like, I feel there's something that you're connected to, or some sentimental, emotional attachment that you have to something, whether it be an old way of being, an old look, an old way of presenting yourself, or an old way of approaching relationships, or an old relationship. I just feel something is decaying, something is done, something is over with, and it's time to let it go, because you're not going to get anything out of it. Nothing will come of you attaching to whatever has been expired. And I do feel you know what this is, and the attachment to whatever this attachment is, I feel like I'm kind of in this dreamy state right now, group 4. Whatever the attachment is, it feels like it's from a sense of nostalgia, or it's from this place of illusion almost, because I was saying I feel kind of dreamy. I felt like I was not really using my words correctly there for a second, which I want to say I could be prone to doing that, but it just feels as if this attachment to whatever this is, I don't know if it's a person, I don't know if it's a part of you, a position, I don't know what this is, but there's some type of emotional attachment here that's really clouding things and keeping you from moving forward. It almost feels like a shackle that is weighing me down, or weighing you down, or I just feel a bit weighed down by something from the past, because it's attached to an old version of self, or it's attached to an identity that doesn't resonate with you anymore. It's interesting, and I feel like it's keeping you from really seeing the possibilities that are ahead of you. I spent a lot of time talking about your past, group 4, so I feel there's something in your past that's just consuming you. It's taking too much from you. It's keeping you hostage, I want to say, and it's keeping you from the potential of really celebrating the potential it's like I'm getting mixed up. I don't know what this energy is. It feels a little elusive. Very watery, okay? And now's the time of really anchoring down, getting grounded, and ensuring that you have things in place that keep you grounded and that keep you aware of the potential of a situation or potential of what your life could look like or who you could be, what you could have, who you are able to connect with, what relationships you are able to have if you were to move away from any past emotions or any grievances or any idea of what something should be, and really getting grounded in the reality of a situation and not hoping upon a star for something to drastically change within a situation that has been stagnant for a very long time. It's really time to get clear, get real, get grounded, and move forward with that understanding, taking action with clarity instead of being in this dreamy, elusive state. It's very interesting because that's going to get you nowhere, group 4. I really hope this is not coming off in any type of way that makes you feel bad. I'm just providing what I see within these cards as the truth for you at this time. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it, but I just want to be clear that this is all for the best. I'm only here to provide you with information that will help you. So let's get one more card for this here and see what else for group 4. Then we're going to get into the tarot. I wonder, are they telling me if I pull one more time? I'm feeling scattered. Okay. If I pull one more time and a card doesn't come out, I'm just going to jump to the tarot, but I did want to speak on this. Conclusions are within reach with the full moon eclipse. There is a door closing, or there needs to be a door slammed on something. Like something has to be done with, dead, over with, and you have to let go, group 4. And I feel like you know what this is. Okay. Yeah. Your dreams need a practical plan, and that's why I was saying get grounded, because it feels like you're looking up, like you're in the stars, like you're thinking about all that could happen, but there doesn't feel it doesn't feel like there's a lot of grounding here. And it's almost as if you vacillate between optimism and hopefulness, and then on the other extreme of fear and doubt and worry and anxiety. And with this here, this open space here, I do feel it's really asking for you to get an open space, go outside in the open space, get grounded, go on a walk, do something that helps you to get out of the mind, group 4, and really see what matters to you and how you can move forward without being overly attached to a certain outcome or to a certain situation. But let's get more detailed here, because I feel like I'm going in circles a bit. So can we get more for group 4 and what they need to know? Interesting. I love that. That's why I was saying I feel a lot of excitement here, group 4, because if you let go of, I feel like this is a person, this King of Swords. I want to get all the cards because your reading feels a bit dramatic almost, or it feels more complicated than I was expecting. I'm hearing 4 cards, so let's see what comes out. Can we get more? Okay, that's one. Yeah, that is a person. Ew. I'm so sorry. Group 4, I don't mean ill. I take that back. That was not the nicest thing to say. I'll get to why I said that. Okay, group 4. Oh my gosh. Move on. Move on. Move on. All I can say is move on. Let's talk about it. Group 4, I feel there's a past pattern of imbalance especially in regard to a person, I do feel like you've been around takers, or there's this dynamic of give take, and you could be either. There's no judgment. You could resonate as the taker who consumes what others give, or you could be the person that overly gives, hoping for a return and not getting it. I feel this is connected to this idea of, if you are going to continually invest in a situation, it will inevitably return in some way. But I do feel that with this, nothing will come of the situation. That's a false hope connected to some type of insecurity that you're not worthy of more. And I want to say, with this Page of Pentacles and the Sun, for some of you, this is really asking for you to connect with children, or tap into your inner child a bit, tap into your joy and your sense of freedom, to be able to detach from whatever has kept you bound, or dealing with a situation or a person that is disrespectful, or overly controlling, or just too much negativity. And I just feel like some type of superiority complex coming through, or feeling as if they or the situation holds power over you. I want to say it's a person that you feel holds some level of power over you, or you are wanting to stay in power over something, or assert your dominance over something. And maybe for some of you, this is to get back at someone. I'm not really sure. I don't want to focus too much on that because it's connected to your past, and I feel like there needs to be a closing to that. The winds are picking up outside, so I do feel with that, it's really asking you to go with the winds. The winds are blowing. The change is coming, and you cannot hold on to what needs to be let go of with this change. And now I hear ringing in my ears. So I do feel there's a lot of messages coming through for you. There's a lot of clarity and insight and intuitive hits that are trying to tell you which way to go, and it's important that you listen to that. And with the Page of Pentacles, I do see now's the time of really focusing on your finances, focusing on your health, and focusing on how you can provide yourself with a stable foundation of growth and vitality. How can you bring more life into the situation, or bring more life into your activities, or how you approach life, because it feels like something is draining the life out of you, and we need to move away from that. Okay, we need to detach from that and move away from whatever does not bring you a sense of beauty, or a sense of connection, or warmth, or community. What doesn't make you feel loved, move away from that. And I really feel for some of you, maybe you felt drawn to a different group, because these two cards, I shuffled that deck so good, and they're still together. So yeah, for some of you, you could be drawn to a different group. There could be messages in that for you, or in those piles for you. But certainly now's the time of really focusing on your joy and moving away from what doesn't provide you with that anymore. And if does not deal with a person, I feel this could be connected to an old way of perceiving yourself, or an old way of communicating your truth, and not sharing as much as you could with others, or being overly guarded, or too held back by past feelings of disappointment, or past rejections that you've experienced. I do feel like you have a very hard exterior now, and it's time to let that go away so that you can invite more joy and peace and harmony and connection into your life without feeling super guarded, or feeling like you have to protect yourself at all cost. Boundaries are important, but we need boundaries that keep us safe and that don't isolate us. So that's what I feel, group 4. I wonder, is there anything else? Is there anything else I need to touch on for group 4? Yeah, you definitely could be drawn. LOL, the way that felt on the past, it's time to walk away from the past for sure, group 4. And I do feel that if it's been hard to walk away, it could be dealing with some type of abandonment issues with the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles reversed, feeling as if people don't give to you when you're in need, or feeling like you're not safe and secure, so you overly attach to a certain situation, wanting that safety and security. But it's really asking, do you have a fear of being alone, or is that a fear for you? Really get clear on what your fears are and move away. But initially, I wanted to say you could definitely be drawn to a different group. I see similarities for sure, but it's time to get a move on. And Saturn is in Pisces right now, and this card is Saturn in Pisces. So, there's a lot here, group 4. I want to say for you, I have a Saturn in Pisces video that would be great, I do feel, for you. But outside of that, I do feel that this is really asking you to get clear on what's worth your time, what's worth your energy, what's worth it, group 4. It feels like you have a lot of responsibilities or a lot of things happening for you, and good things that are trying to happen for you. But if you stay attached to any past behaviors or influences, or even negative habits, or not negative habits, but unhealthy patterns or unhealthy habits, you could stagnate your growth by staying in situations that you need to move away from, group 4. One more. Yeah, there could be a fear of not being able to stand on your own 2 feet, group 4. There is some codependent energy coming through here. Too much reliance on how other people perceive you, or how other people it just seems like a reliance on others that needs to be severed, particularly to a certain person. I feel it's okay to have interdependent relationships where it's reciprocal and it's equal, and it is more of a partnership that you're not even tallying, like you're not even looking at, oh, I did this for them, they didn't do this for me. It's not even like that, because it's so balanced. You don't have to be playing that game. It feels like you need to move away from any situations that cause you to fall into that energy, and as you move forward, you'll be able to really heal any wounds that have been caused to you, or that have injured your ability to be vulnerable or open in the capacity that you want to. I did want to keep this reading a bit short. I am on a time constraint today, group 4, so I will be moving on to your advice now. I hope that was clear for you. But with the 5 of Pentacles on the bottom reversed, there is a sense of lack coming through, a sense of not feeling like you have the support that you need, or feeling like you're being rejected or left out in the cold. That needs to be addressed, and I feel like it's more so a feeling, and you could be going through some type of financial hardship as well. But there is this card here with the Page of Pentacles, that there is a opportunity for more material and financial stability if you were to regroup your focus and develop a plan that is centered on your success, and you'll be able to really find those opportunities, group 4. Can we get final advice for group 4, please? The 5 of Pentacles. Don't get caught up in the conflict. I said the 5 of Pentacles, I meant the 5 of Wands. Don't get caught up in all the things going on. Don't get caught up in the drama, group 4. Really focus on you. Focus on your bag, focus on your money, focus on your work, focus on how you can improve and enhance your standard of living, and how you can improve your health, and taking care of your loved ones, group 4, and dropping all the other extra baggage and all the other extra burden. It's time to move forward and push ahead. We have 2 major arcana that really signify being courageous, being confident, being strong, overcoming obstacles, overcoming difficulties while still remaining open and vulnerable with this Strength card. Having that dignity and that integrity about you while still being open to support and still being open to love. I do feel this is a lot of focus on you, Group 4, so moving away from that which keeps you in this conflicting energy. I just feel that there needs to be some more peace, some harmony, some cohesion, some alignment, and there's things that are in your life that are definitely out of alignment, Group 4. So get clear on what that is and move forward with more clarity and understanding, and connect with those people who do provide compassion and understanding to you. And this could be some type of friend group or a female character in your life who has those traits of warmth and has a very intuitive nature about them. For some of you, this can even be a therapist, but I feel a big energy of connecting with a sense of community coming through so that they can really inspire you to move forward. And although people can provide you with a sense of care and compassion, you still have to make the choice to leave behind whatever has kept you shackled or wrapped up, Group 4. This is all about you standing in your own personal power, you really getting a sense of your ability to move away from things that aren't good for you and breaking old habits and patterns. This is really asking you to get strong in your sense of self, and being able to say no really shows that you have good character. Always know that when it comes to testing your boundaries, that is a test of your character, okay? I heard that from my best friend. Shout out to Cameron, okay? He is a wise one. So I would say know that when it comes to things that aren't good for you anymore, your ability to say no is a test of character. So that's what I leave you with, Group 4. Wow, has it been something? I love it. And that is a wrap. Okay, let me know how it resonated in the comments, please, below. Remember to check out the Saturn in Pisces transit video on my channel. I think that's going to be very helpful. I will probably link it below for you so that you don't have to go searching for it. But I swear, I hope this helped you. I wish you love, health, wealth, prosperity, beauty, abundance, love, connection, joy, vitality, creativity, motivation, all the good things. You deserve it all, Group 4, and I really hope that this helped you. Please remember to leave it a like as well. And yeah, that's what I have for you. Hopefully I'll see you in another reading. Until then, I shall leave you and say goodbye.